Good morning, Kelly Nash. I've got good news. I got bad news. And as so often is the case, and we're going to start with the bad news. So it's like we start with your meat and potatoes so that we can give you the dessert later on. All right, you got to get through this part, and then we'll give you the good news in just a second. But at first, it does feel like America's ending. Right? Has anybody else noticed that? Has anyone else noticed that, like, for example, a name that we're all just trying to learn how to pronounce? I believe I've got it. Zohran Mamdani. He is the Democrat nominee now. Congratulations to him, the Democrat nominee for the mayor of New York City. And at first I thought this was leaked audio of him. Turns out, no, he actually posted this stuff.
Police force should not be assisting ICE.
Defund the NYPD and refund all of these different social services.
I will create a network of city-owned grocery stores. It's like a public option for produce.
I'll freeze the rent for millions of tenants, make buses fast and free, and deliver universal childcare. And before you ask, I'll pay for it by taxing the rich.
What I hear in so many is a desperate desire for equality and equal rights.
What I hear, I mean, first when he's talking about is like free universal health care or free universal child care or free city buses that are actually going to be faster than the ones we currently have and all that stuff. And then he says, I'm going to, tax the rich. Math doesn't lie. You could literally seize all the wealth. I'm not even just talking tax at 100%. I'm saying go into their bank accounts and take all the money that all the millionaires have in New York City. And there's still a lot of New York City millionaires. And you still don't get there's not enough money to pay for all the stuff he's talking about. And as current mayor, Eric Adams, points out, as the mayor, you don't get a chance to set tax policy. So that's just a total lie. But it resonates with people. Why? And then he starts talking about defunding the police and, he's against ICE and all these sorts of things. It sounds like he wants to ruin America. And he does. I mean, that message resonates with people. Why would it resonate with people? There's a guy named Ray Dalio, who, if you're not familiar with him, I suggest you get familiar with him. He's a brilliant man. Dalio is how you spell his last name. From one of his books, this is one line from one of his books. From studying 50-plus civil wars and revolutions, it's become clear that the single most reliable leading indicator of civil war or revolution is bankrupt government finances, combined with big wealth gaps. Does America have bankrupt government finances? We're at $37 trillion now in debt. That just happened last week. I think it was Thursday. Maybe so. It was about a week ago today. We did it. Yay! Congrats on the big moment. $37 trillion in debt. So yes, we have bankrupt government finances. Do we have a big wealth gap in the United States? This is from 2021. I think it's worse today than it was in 2021. You and I live in what would be called the 49 percenters for the most part. I don't think we have many top 1 percenters in our audience, and I also don't think we have many in the bottom 50%. If you're in the bottom 50% and you're listening, God bless you, because we're trying to give you a lifeline. But the top 1% of the United States holds 31% of the wealth. That's the top 1% has 31%. 2.5% of the wealth is shared amongst the bottom 50%. And then whatever's left over, what is that? I'm not very good at doing math on the spot, but that's 31 plus 33.5. So it's like 64% of the wealth is divvied up amongst the 49% here. Now, yes, we have a massive wealth gap in the United States, massive, and it's getting worse, as I indicated. That's why the ending of the country resonates with a lot of people. I'll take you now to, this is an LA County town that I can't pronounce. I think it's Cudahy. And the vice mayor, Cynthia Gonzalez, sitting at looked like a very lovely lunch or dinner that she was enjoying when she decided to do a selfie video of herself.
I want to know where all the cholos are at. 18th Street, Florencia. Where's the leadership at? Because you guys are all about territory, and this is 8th and this is Florencia. You guys tag everything up, claiming hood. And now that your hood's being invaded by the biggest gang there is, ain't a peep out of you. So don't be trying to claim no block, no nothing. If you're not showing up right now, I don't want to hear a peep out of you once they're gone, trying to claim that this is my block. This was not your block. You weren't even here helping out. So whoever's the leadership over there, just your members in order.
All right. So, by the way, her lawyer has already put out a statement saying she's not calling for any violence. She's asking the 18th Street Gang to just community organize and protest ICE. By the way, 18th Street Gang, I wasn't familiar with them. I looked them up. The 18th Street Gang, based in Los Angeles, their rival gang is the MS-13 kids. These two fun bunches, according to the FBI, these two gangs have turned the Central American Northern Triangle into the area with the highest homicide rate in the world. I don't know how good they are at community organizing. I know they're really good at murder. The 18th Street Gang she's calling them basically, I can't even say the word, but they're not men. If you don't come and fight ICE, you're not men. She's challenging their manhood. Why would you do that? Especially knowing, by the way, that video was posted this week. So that's after the Donald Trump bombing of Iran, which led to widespread reports, not just on social media, but all news outlets of potential Iranian sleeper cells that were going to start killing Americans. And our only protection from them is ICE. Why would she be okay with Iranian sleeper cells killing Americans? Because she hates America, because she believes a false narrative. Here's the good news. I know you've suffered through a lot of bad news. Yes, there is a lot of people who don't like America, and a lot of them are Americans, and a lot of them have done quite well in America. But they believe the narrative that it's stacked against the bottom half. The good news is we have a great story to tell. They've been telling one story. We have not been telling the other story. The story of America is people came here historically, not recently, but historically for an opportunity because it's the only country on Earth. Like Elon Musk said, I couldn't do SpaceX and PayPal and all these other things in Canada. It was impossible. I had to come to the United States. You have to come to America to achieve great things. That's part of our story. Another part of our story is if you fail and you end up in the bottom 50%, our safety net is described by many as a hammock. Free phones, clean water, heating and air conditioning. You can still live a pretty comfortable life. I'm not saying it's as good as the upper 49% or whatever, but I'm saying it's still a hell of a lot better than what billions of people on this planet have to suffer through every day. We have a great story in America. We have not been telling the story. Understand why these people hate America. Yes, they hate America in its current form. They want to change it. Like Barack Obama said, we're going to fundamentally change the United States of America. What they want to turn it into is a failed state. I don't know that they're understanding of that. I don't think that they grasp what they're trying to accomplish. They're just not happy with the current status. We need to make people understand that the current status, while not perfect, it's infinitely better than the other status that's being offered. All right. I hope that's some good news for you. I'm trying to keep it on a positive tip here as I'm finding out that elected officials want to destroy the country.